Welcome to Monday Night TPK. Hey, welcome back. This is Monday Night TPK. My name is Kyle, and I am DMing this 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons motorcycle loving podcast. No, guys, let's just keep going. It's going to be great.
Motorcycle.
We are recording in a new... That was totally a motorcycle.
It was 100% a motorcycle.
And then I saw it during my...
Which didn't show up until we started.
Yeah.
So,
So we're recording in a new place. Matt and Sam decided, hey, we don't want to live in this crappy place we're in right now. We're going to buy a new house. And then, like jerks, they went and bought a new house.
A big castle house.
A big castle house with a turret and a giant oversized dining room. We're currently playing in that dining room. There are plans to better soundproof this dining room in the future, but at the moment it's a very large rectangular prism. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
With hard walls.
Usually walls are hard. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're great for bouncing sound off of.
empty walls.
Yeah, it's still pretty empty.
Still pretty empty. Hopefully, by the time we record next week, well, 2 weeks from now, I guess, this will be a little bit better. Hopefully, we can get some better sound options. So, hopefully, this doesn't sound too bad. If it does, I'm sorry. You can lodge your complaints by tweeting at us at Monday Night TPK, right? It'll be great. We'll know somebody's listening once you send us your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say all the bad things you
I mean,
want.
that's all the internet. That's all the internet does. But at least you're listening.
At least somebody's listening. All right, so we're gonna. So sorry, we haven't recorded in 3 weeks, so I forgot how to do this.
Yeah.
Around me at the table are four people who like sitting in empty rooms, talking about their imaginary friends.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, did you ever have an imaginary friend as a kid?
No, actually, no.
Ryan, follow up. Did you ever have any friends as a kid?
Jeez.
Wow.
I
I did have friends. I did. I had kind of a outcast sticking together kind of thing.
Cool.
So yeah, I was the outsider for the most part. Just kind of meshed with those kind of people.
Because back when you were a kid, being a nerd wasn't cool.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Even in my early 20s, I was still embarrassed to embrace. Sorry. To embrace nerdy stuff and geeky culture with people. And I remember getting Magic the Gathering cards and hiding in the break room at work so no one could see me going through them. Now I see it everywhere.
I mean, Magic nerds might be the worst kind of nerds. And we just lost our one listener by saying that. No, I'm sorry. HeroClix nerds are worse.
HeroClix nerds are so bad.
We had a little feud with them too, apparently.
Yeah, that was good days. But yeah, I feel like nerds today, like our life is better because of the hell the rest of us went through when we were kids. Back up to the topic though, Sam.
That's okay.
Did you have any imaginary friends as a kid?
I also did not have an imaginary friend.
Follow-up question. Did you have friends as a kid?
I kept a pretty tight, pretty close circle of a good few people that chose to accept me into their life because I was quite a different little kid. I was not a little duck. So, not much has changed. And here we are with my small little group of adult friends.
Hooray for friendship.
Yay, friendship!
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Did you have an imaginary friend as a child?
I did not.
No. Okay. Hey, Dana.
He just knows I didn't have friends as a kid. He doesn't have to ask.
There's no point in asking. Did you have any imaginary friends as a kid?
Not that I remember.
What happened to them?
I don't know. Maybe they're still in my closet in the bedroom in my dad's house.
I was going to say, because there's no closet in our bedroom.
No. No. No, because I used to play in the closet all the time.
Let
So.
me ask, how come you ever visit?
Fantastic. It's good
Yep.
to know about people's imaginary friends.
Yep.
Hey, Kyle,
What's up, Sam?
did you ever have an imaginary friend growing up?
Huh. No, but at a certain point in my childhood, I felt like that was a part of childhood that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And I felt like, man, I should have an imaginary friend. So I deliberately tried to create one for like 2 or 3 days, and then just got bored with it.
Just a public chore.
Just like started trying to talk to this imaginary friend, and I was like, no, this is dumb. Why am I doing this?
I'm actually really surprised. Like, I thought this was like a quintessential childhood thing, and like none of us had imaginary friends. Makes me feel real good. Makes me feel better.
I feel like television may have lied to us
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
by overstating the quantity of children that have imaginary friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that we've dissected the psychology of growing up,
I don't think you even touched the surface, Kyle.
Yeah.
I hit the major topics.
Okay.
Imaginary
Okay.
friends and whether or not Ryan and Sam had real friends in their life.
Right.
I'm shocked that both of you said yes.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Wow. So,
Of friends.
Just a little bit of friends.
Just a little bit of friends. Sorry.
that's fine. Hey, Ryan, what episode did I tell you this is going to be? 32?
30 something.
32.
It's 30. So
32.
32.
My notes say 32.
Yeah. Crazy. So, during episode 31, you guys covered a whole lot of ground. Well, mostly just literally and not so much figuratively. Sam, in those amazing notes that you keep every session,
Yeah.
would you mind refreshing our memory
Sure.
on what happened last week?
Okay. So, Rixer double tapped the Ghast and Ghoul. Blue triangles were found on their foreheads. Then we asked the legendary question, should we stay or should we go now? Iku gave advice and the group set up camp for the night, and an uneventful night passed. Morning arrived and the morning routines commenced. We attempted to follow the footprints, but the trail was lost. After some time, we found the trail again and moved west. It was a quiet morning with typical jungle sounds. Gilly moved to the front of the track Gilly was up front, following the footprints.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We heard a very loud crash through the underbrush, and Brielle heard voices from far away. Gilly found huge footprints. Montwood searched up high and found broken trees and branches. Through 12, right? No. Then we sent 12 up to look above the canopy. And 12 saw trees shaking and birds taking flight secondary to the tree disturbances. Montwood brought 12 back. Brielle and Rixer picked up the canoe and we continued for the rest of the day. When night fell, we began to set up camp for the night. Gilly and Brielle trained via silent kung fu fighting. Iku ate some beetles and shared with Rixer, and there were no issues overnight. In the morning, we heard a strange caw above the canopy. Iku said that they were pterodactyls, also known to the group as a birdosaur. We packed up camp and continued moving. The first part of the day went well. Then we found a statue of a kneeling man who was staring down. He had a single horn on his head and was holding a plaque, and the plaque had a part of a maze on it. And there were a pile of skulls at his feet. We, after thinking about it a little bit, realized that the statue was of Obteu, and the skulls were mostly picked clean and were all from different animals, different races of humanoids, all of the skulls. Brielle found a small statue below the skulls, and the statue was of Al Marash. And the group explored around Obteu's statue and decided to set up camp a bit away from the statue.
Cool. So you guys, set up camp right next to this old, decayed, crumbling statue of Teu.
No, away from the statue.
Pretty sure you put it right in the middle of your camp.
No.
You guys set up camp around it.
Did you not hear?
A bit away. A bit away.
A bit away.
I heard the words, but man, it would work a lot better for cool things to happen if you guys like put it in the center of your camp, like put your campfire on top of it.
Hey, we're playing D&D. We're not cool kids. Cool things don't happen.
It's true. You guys are hardcore nerds. Alright, so you guys, as Sam has reiterated, and as we heard last week, set up camp. Your usual, what is it, like watch order kind of goes through. And you guys managed to have a pretty basic night. Full of Uggs and pumpkin spice latte. Like,
Yum.
super basic.
I like pumpkin spice lattes.
I mean, I do too. Morning comes. You guys pack your gear in. I'm assuming you guys resume your trek through the jungle.
Yep.
Cool.
No room.
Yeah. Oh, also, my dear listeners, please be aware that the place where we recorded before was far from the main roads of the world. The place where we are recording now is literally right on one of those main roads of the world.
Like right smack dab in the middle of the road.
We also have
Literally on
several more neighbors around us.
Yeah, a lot more neighbors. At least I think we started recording after the lawnmower finished.
Yeah, the lawnmower's gone now.
Yeah.
If he's still mowing, he's on the other side of the house. Well, we can't hear him.
So guys, now that you're packed, it's morning. You hear tropical birds just chirping away. What are y'all doing?
Continuing on.
Continuing on.
Gathering, yeah, I'd say gather up our stuff and then...
Cool. Where are you going?
The Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do that.
Where's that at, Ryan?
Down in Chult.
Well, you're in Charles, and you don't see a tomb right now.
Maybe it's under all of these skulls.
Do you want to start digging?
Oh.
I
No.
think I've dug too far.
If you want to start digging under the skulls and under the statue, Ryan, I'll let you do that.
Do it, Ryan.
Oh!
See what, find out what I did. Remember, that's where I found the gold statue.
Yes, Sam.
So, can Gilly look around this statue place for more footprints? Like the footprints of the people we were
We're not by
following?
the statue place anymore.
We went a bit away from it, but essentially I'm going to try to find the trail.
Sure.
I'll help.
Okay.
Rickster picks up the canoe to start following.
Helping is...
Advantage.
Wow. Okay. 15.
That was your target.
Woohoo!
Exactly on the nose.
Woohoo!
You're able to kind of, in the night before, you could have spent some time on trying to look for immediate signs of continuing the trail. And you get a good sense of direction where this set of footprints and, where they're going.
Okay.
You start going that way.
Well, I would ask the group first. I found where the trail keeps going. Do we want to continue?
Yeah, I thought we were going this way already.
Yeah.
Rickster's just carrying the canoe.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Bria.
just signs.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that was still the game plan. Felt like a really long sleep that we just had, so I wanted to make sure we were good with that.
Felt like weeks.
It was the best night ever.
Like 3 weeks with sleep and trying to forget what happened.
It's the only way to forget what happened.
Iku was going to comment to you. Yeah. Iku was going to comment to you that your path is going to take you on about a southwesternish direction for whatever that might be worth. I mean, we don't necessarily need to
Right. I'm curious. I think other people are curious too. On
They-
what that looks like on this
Our
map.
people here are pulling up the map of Chult that we have.
You said southwestern.
Southwestern.
Okay.
And when we need to, we can confirm on exactly what route
Right.
you guys are taking from here.
But that's kind of the direction that we need to be going anyways. Right?
Yes.
Going to Nala.
Yes. In fact, because Iku is your guide and she is awesome about these things, she's going to tell you that you're basically 30 miles away from the river where you guys stashed your other canoe.
Oh.
And that while this might not be the fastest way to get where she wanted you to go, in theory it still could get you there.
Oh.
But it's probably going to take longer. I mean, your original destination, obviously now she knows into the river. Right? Like you guys seem to be tracking this pair of people.
Pair of people meters?
Not parrot people, Dana.
That's not where I went with that.
You guys met the parrot people on the river.
That's true, we did.
They were nice. Okay, cool. So you guys are heading through the jungle. You seem to be kind of marching along what seems to be a very crude, possible game trail of some sort. There's definitely a trail here, probably by animals moving through it. Your morning passes by uneventful, making small talk, etc., etc. If you're walking through kind of a narrowish trail in a thick jungle, what would your marching order be? Why don't you guys make
It's on
yourselves...
the map.
Okay, so let's assume it's not 15 feet wide.
That's the boat.
No, this
Because we're
way.
carrying the boat. Oh.
I think we decided Gilly would be in the...
Gilly can walk under the boat.
Or is
Okay.
she tracking?
But
She's
yeah, if
tracking.
I'm tracking.
So
I would
you
be
go in front of...
Yeah, then where would Iku
Can-
be behind you?
Can it
or
be, yeah.
Where would Ryan where does Motley want to be?
Probably close to the rear.
So behind the canoe? Your options are behind the canoe or in front of the canoe?
Behind.
Okay, behind.
I would ask that Iku be next. Gilly would ask for Iku to be next to her because
Yeah, they can share space.
Yeah,
That's
that's
actually
fine.
valid.
That's fine.
she will have the quickest intelligence to help us navigate a situation.
Awesome. That looks fantastic. So we got Iku and Gilly kind of taking up the front with Rixer and Brielle in the middle and Montwood taking up the rear. Guys, I need you to do a couple things after Dana takes this picture. First, I need you to take the Chult map off the play mat, just for the sake of room and space. And I need you to back up your whole... No, not the map.
Congo line.
Back up your Congo line, yeah. Your Congo line.
Congo. Huh.
Jungles and stuff.
Boo. Is that far enough
Glare
or
at
do you
me
want it
for
at the
those.
very-
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. Is it not fair? Alright, so you guys, let's see here. I want you guys to give me perception checks. Rixer and Brielle, you're going to be at disadvantage.
Can I just go up my passive?
No.
I can't roll on this map. It doesn't roll. The dice does not roll.
That was pretty high.
Yeah, see, the dice rolls like crap on that map.
It's my map, that's why.
And
10,
That's
Dana?
not bad.
10.
Ryan, Sam?
Half that. 5.
Oof.
Because I'm a halfling.
I should roll for Iku, shouldn't I?
Yes, please.
Matt?
7.
Man, you guys are gonna...
You made us roll on a map.
Sucks to suck. Oh my god.
See, we can't roll on the table.
Yeah,
I was
six
rolling
on the-
net
yeah,
20s
6 on
on
the
the
die
table.
for
No!
Iku, but that does not put her high enough.
Table. It's okay.
I was rolling net 20s on the table, but
I
then I
think
was
you
told
need
I
to
can't
make
roll on
some
the table.
little dice trays.
I'm getting some.
Yeah.
I ordered some of the Wormwood
Oh,
ones
my
from
goodness,
their
these
current
are-
Kickstarter.
I
Yeah.
want stuff from Mormon so bad. It's all pretty.
Okay, cool. So you guys are, as I said, as I previously described, you're walking through this kind of narrowish game trail. The canopy is high above you. It's very, very hot, but it's always very, very hot. There's definitely a lot of wind kind of even penetrating and coming down into the jungle floor where you're at. You don't... Let's see here, who's in front? Gilly and Iku. You don't realize this is about to happen until it does. And I know that sounds cryptic as hell. But kind of just as you're walking along, you're trying to keep an eye out for signs of this trail you're tracking. A goblin body crashes to the ground right in front of you and just kind of rolls off into the underbrush.
I hold up a sign to stop.
Cool.
Oh, I know what that one means.
You stop. Another goblin body
He's on his feet
flies
now.
out of the sky, is on his feet for just a moment, but then he tumbles off into the underbrush.
Was he like alive when he was on his feet?
He was screaming until he hit the ground.
If I knew you were gonna throw those.
So far, I've just thrown... that last
No,
one-
that first one was Ryan's. The second one was mine.
I got my piles mixed up. Sorry.
I make signs to start backing up. And I start, like, shimmying backwards.
You guys could probably stand under the canoe and then you won't get hit on the head, I think.
Gilly immediately goes underneath the canoe.
Okay, make it happen.
He's intentionally trying.
Oh, that one hit the mini for Iku.
Iku,
He was aiming for it.
A goblin bounces off of the ground in front of Iku, slams into her, and knocks her backwards off of her feet into Rixer, who is in the front carrying the canoe. Rixer, make a strength save.
Strength save, okay.
This is going to see whether or not you're about to drop a canoe. On Gilly.
Can I have advantage from either Brielle also holding it or from having powerful will? And or?
You can have it for having powerful build because it's a person falling into you, and she's not very big.
Okay.
Iku's pretty petite.
17 plus 6.
Okay, so this goblin
That's
body
not
lands at Iku's feet,
20.
bounces into her.
No.
You're well over target now. Well
Yes.
over target. You're blasting past it.
Yes.
The goblin body was, once again, screaming until it hit the ground. It hits Iku. Iku isn't expecting to be hit by a goblin. Stumbles and trips and falls backward and kind of catches herself against you.
Like, Rixer just, like, slowly puts the hand up and, like, catches her back, so she just, like, only falls a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so she stays up.
You guys have one action or reaction or thing to do before something else happens.
Ooh.
I guess we're putting down a boat.
Yeah, let's put on the canoe.
Just comment like, the weather's really weird today.
Because of the coordination needed for both of you to put the canoe down, I'm going to say that is your action.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Gilly's gonna move. Can I move and look?
I'll let you move and look.
Okay.
So do we have to be putting the canoe down right where we are, or can we move off to the side a little
You
bit?
can take a side step and put it down. Off the
Okay,
side.
okay.
That is 100% fine.
Do you want us to, mark
Please,
the canoe
let
or
me
anything?
pull a marker out.
Do you want a wet erase marker?
I had a red one.
I think it went back up to the
Oh,
shelf.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh.
There you go.
How long is the canoe?
We decided 15 feet.
That's 20.
What? Oh, whoops, my bad.
Come on, man.
There we go.
That looked like it was just, bending it weird, and I wanted to make sure that wasn't the case.
Alright, so you guys have... I'm sorry, Mountain, what are you doing?
Because I just comment on the strange weather.
Comment on the strange weather?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sam, you were looking up at the sky.
Yeah, can I roll another perception?
Please.
It's raining men.
Rain
Natural
down.
20, so that would be a 23.
You look up and you see an enormous ball. It's kind of a lumpy green ball that looks like it has wood, tree trunk ridges forming kind of a bottom shape of it. coming straight at you.
It's a legion with goblins.
Guys, do you see that ball?
Dana is so excited.
Yep. You have time to say that.
Okay.
And this, I mean, truly enormous. It's picture a sphere. Oh man, probably 30 foot radius sphere.
Oh.
Coming down. It doesn't totally land on you. In fact, it lands more or less kind of in front of you / a little bit on you. It hits the ground with a huge crash and boom.
It's just going to grab it.
Sorry, in front of us? Kind of?
That's probably even too small, Dana.
Oh.
I would say that's
Okay, this is only 10 radius.
that's
Oh.
about 3 times the size of this goblin head.
Oh no.
No, you said 15 radius.
No, he said 30.
30-foot radius.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
get-
it's
you
a
did,
60
sorry.
foot.
60 foot, yeah.
It's a monstrous
We're
thing.
just gonna not
Yeah,
represent that on the
like twice of what we have here.
I don't have anything.
Maybe dragon head.
map.
That dragon head up there? Maybe.
So this thing, and as it crashes and lands directly in front of you, and then as it does, it basically just like
tops to those.
falls apart. And you see that it's made primarily from tightly woven tree matter of some sort, like vines and big leaves, which is all just broken. And scattered amongst it, Dana, what you're doing is visually helpful, but not necessary.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Apparently, Iku ball got hit again.
Oh god.
And again.
2 of them landed. Yeah, right. Doesn't really matter where they are. And immediately scattered amongst this unfurling mass, you see 5 partially broken, but actually in surprisingly good shape, overturned huts. And then
What?
birds erupt into the sky from all the way around you. There's broken branches, just and you see the sky through the canopy of this great big hole this structure has left behind. Dana?
So, for everybody else, what does like the ground where this thing opened up at look like?
The ground. It's kind of cause this thing didn't really land like.
I mean, is it like, are these huts just laying there like in the dirt, or is it
Some
like,
of the huts are still laying in this ball that is broken open. So they're laying kind of like on top of this vine and leaf woven structure, while some of it is kind of like half folded onto itself, and some of it has just like flopped open.
Okay, so it's not like this whole whatever that flew at us isn't completely flat.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
And there's great big, probably 20-foot long wooden, basically like logs, whole trees essentially, that have been kind of like woven into this structure to kind of give it some support and to kind of like give it some shape.
Okay, interesting.
And on two of the trees at the end, you guys can see enormous ropes that are like attached and kind of dangling.
But so it's not going to be rough terrain though, right?
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't say so.
Cool.
Did all of the huts like land in like a usable way up? Like
No.
a hut? Okay.
But they are all still, like, a couple of them, there's some damage to the roofs, but
But they're
for the
all-
most part, if you were to, like, plop them back upright, they're still round, they're still structurally safe.
Okay.
Is there any activity like in this area? Like, do we see any goblins coming out of these huts?
You definitely, yes, I'm sorry, there are going to be 2 dead goblins kind of strewn about in the mix.
I think we're going to be just like amazed and horrified at the same time. Are you guys okay? Hello?
There's no response.
Rixer's gonna, move up some. I guess just to check this first hut.
Rixer, wait. Iku, what? What? What?
She's been hit by so many goblins.
What? I help her up. Is she significantly damaged?
She's not really injured. She's surprised and maybe a little bit not real shock per se, but just dumbfounded. She did just kind of trip and fall backwards into Rixer, but was basically bounced off Rixer's chest.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, chest's a little high up.
Rixer's abdomen.
Okay. I guess that's...
His
that's
six
okay.
pack.
She tried not
She
to
hits
hit
the
him.
washboard and just.
He's very firm. No, she actually wouldn't show any interest in Rixer at all.
No, that's fine.
Rixer
wouldn't get it.
I'm sorry, Sam. You were asking me what Iku's immediate reaction is.
Yeah.
Iku is going to kind of take a couple seconds to come back to herself. And she's going to say to you, "Oh my, I have never had a goblin village land on me before. This is new.
What?
Glad that I wasn't wearing my ruby slippers." She doesn't say the last part.
No. Of course not.
And she's going to kind of move into the village and start poking around the huts. She'll move up to one of the goblin bodies that's inside this, still sort of falling apart.
This one up here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Kind of in the center of it. She's going to kneel next to the goblin body and kind of feel a little bit. And he is most definitely dead. Blunt. Lots of blunt force trauma, I would assume. And then she pulls. It's wearing a mask. It's wearing a wooden mask that is very heavily stylized to look like a snapping turtle with kind of big teeth and kind of very exaggerated features. And she'll take the mask off and kind of put it aside and let the goblin over.
It's similar to the one we saw upriver, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. This is a tribe of Batiri goblins. And she'll kind of move to another goblin.
Bacteria goblins?
Would Rixer know what bacteria is?
No.
Would anybody?
Yes.
Rixer would have moved up. I kind of had moved. When Iku did to kind of look through things a little bit and, I don't know, help keep an eye on her, I guess.
Sure.
Not in a that she needs help kind of way, but...
Sure.
Braille's got an arrow notch, and she's kind of moving towards the center to where she can see everything going on.
Gilly cautiously approaches and walks up to Iku and goes, "Why?"
I'll move up too.
Okay, so all of you are kind of in the center of this destruction. Iku is very busy, looking at the huts, and by now she's moved to the other goblin as well. The other goblin has got what looks like a vicious ant face with great big mandibles and blood eyes and very, very stylized, very, very vicious. Just confirms, kind of nods, same kind of cause of death. Why, Gilly? I have not seen this for my own eyes, but I have heard tell of...
Spare the dying. Spare the dying.
Yeah, they're gone.
Within a minute.
For Spare the Dying? That is dead for Spare the Dying, right?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Revivify. Either way, you can't resurrect things right now anyway.
Please don't revive something that will eat me.
As for why, Gilly, I suspect this tribe of goblins... I think I have told you that the Batiri goblins have a catapult-based culture.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the larger...
I thought they were impulsive.
That is possible, Rick. Rixer. I'm sorry, Montwood. Most goblins are
Easy mistake.
Most goblins are very impulsive. Gilly, I have heard that some larger goblin villages will create a sort of catapult around their village with a bent over tree, and if predators or danger attacks them, they can cut a cord and launch their village to safety further into the jungle.
This isn't safety.
What?
Well, there appear to be several casualties, but
I mean, it's an efficient way to move.
there appear to be several casualties. But if it's for the good of the whole village, sacrifices may need to be had.
Okay, that's a good question, Brielle. How far can the catapult launch?
I have never seen this myself.
Okay.
Something this size and just a tree, I can't imagine they would be able to launch more than a mile or so. Probably not even a mile.
Oh, so there's danger.
So we saw what direction it came from, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much the direction we were heading.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
We're
So
heading
turn around. Here we go.
Back to the river, please.
I mean, I suppose it could be the people we're chasing after. If the guy's able to conjure walls of ice on nothing.
Oh, maybe. Maybe they tried to eat him. Oh, no.
Rixer is going to be checking inside the huts
Sure.
to see
Brielle's
if there's any
gonna assist with
goblins
that.
alive.
You can absolutely do that. And if Brielle's doing it too, then you can just find them here. You guys do inside of one of the huts find one more dead goblin. But that's the only other dead goblin that you find inside of this mess. You find all kinds of just stuff. You find blankets and tools, small caches of berries and fruit. You find tiny little beds in one of them. You know that's mine that you're drinking from, Dana.
Yes. And then I'm making noise with.
Uh-huh.
Okay, continue.
Thanks.
No, he's rolling.
In one of the huts, you find 5 decent-sized locked chests.
Ooh.
I say decent size. Picture the size of a bread box.
Okay.
Those are decent.
Put quite a few coins in there.
They are closed, and 4 of them are locked. One of them, the lock, has been completely demolished, and it is latched, but the lock is very clearly been crudely destroyed and busted off.
Can I check them for traps?
Sure.
What are they made out of? Just wood?
Wood. With metal clasps and locks on.
22.
I'll let you do that for all of them. You don't find any traps. In fact, they've also been just totally upended and moved around and shook up, and you find them at all angles and just in a pile of it rolling around, possibly in the sky.
Rixer's gonna pick one up, the one that's locked, and just throw it against the ground really hard to break it open.
Brielle's gonna throw her hands out and make an exclamation stop face, but she can't say anything, so
Right.
you just do it
Rixer
anyways.
just
So the ground in here, you're standing on top of this leafy vine, so it's actually quite soft. So you slam it into the ground real hard, and it makes a muffled thud.
Oh, that didn't work.
Brielle's gonna tap Rixer on the shoulder and go, shake her finger back and forth saying no, and then make
Okay, it's gonna
Trying
break
to-
open. I mean,
and she's gonna try to
if it's broken, if it's gonna break, it's already gonna be broken.
are you in there with us?
That's what I wanted to do, because when I heard the thud, and that didn't work, I want to, like, run over to the...
Yeah. 100%. Gilly can be there now. Does Mountain want to be there too?
I'm okay.
Figure we're probably
I'll stay out here just in case. I'm gonna pick up some masks.
You pick up masks.
Yeah, pick up some masks.
Do you want to go after the goblins that had previously landed and bounced into the...
Sure, yeah.
So you can leave the party and go find them? Cool.
Alright.
We'll find the
We can
adventures
go
of the former
here.
outward later.
It's
fine.
not that far away.
It's local. I'm not going too far. I'm just, just picking up
Yeah,
masks.
it's fine. It's
So when Gilly gets in there,
You got the mask? Okay.
Brielle will point at Rixer and make some sign showing that she slammed something on the ground, and then she'll sign to you and tell you to tell him this.
Stop slamming the crates so you can break the stuff inside.
But if it can break, it's already going to be broken. This gets them open faster, right?
No, it could break things that maybe survived the fall.
Okay.
So, like, maybe you can use your strength to, like, pry something into the joints of this chest here.
We'll like to get out our +1 lockpick and start picking the lock on one of them.
Oh,
I mean, I have carpenter
I mean,
tools. I probably can, like, just...
He can
like, chisel
break
or
one if he
anything.
wants, but she's gonna be more fragile with it.
yeah, Brielle has lockpicks. She can get it open.
Fine.
It's a dex. So
Richard's just gonna walk away.
that's an 18.
You have no problem. The lock seems quite simple. You pop it open, and inside it are 10 smallish canvas satchels. Kind of like, it looks like there's not much more space. So like, even though it's been shook up and moved around, they're packed tightly enough, kind of slit side by side in there. They don't seem to have moved around a whole lot.
Brielle pull them out.
Pull all of them out? Pull one of them out?
And she'll just take one of them out.
It has what you would assume to be a 10 days worth of, 1 day worth of dry rations. So like food.
Oh,
No, it's paper.
She's gonna toss it to Gilly.
money! Yeah! Well, is this a snack that I can have now?
She'll shake her head yes.
Oh.
I mean,
So
it's definitely like a day's worth of like food, like one heavy compressed like protein bar almost.
You keep saying words and all I hear is snack.
Gilly has it already in her mouth and like almost totally gone.
I guess I'll sift through and pull the rest of them out.
And they're all identical.
Okay.
All 10 of them.
10 days of keeping Gilly happy. Well, maybe just 5.
So yeah, that's what was in the chest you pulled out.
Well, now there's 9.
Right.
Matt,
Did you want to open them?
there's 9 now.
Oh yeah, because Gilly just ate one.
Sure, yeah, Rixer will, like, use his carpenter tools or whatever to kind of just, like, smash around the...
You can take the hinges off the back with those.
I mean, or you can just take, like,
The lock off.
Or you can take the lock off the front, yeah.
I can't think of what it's called. There's a thing that has a sharp edge.
A chisel?
It's kind of like a chisel, but it's, like, curved. And for, like, wood carving, and just take a hammer and BAM! Right above the lock.
I mean,
And
that'd
like,
break
cut
it off,
and
yeah.
break it
It
open.
would break it
The whole
off.
thing isn't super heavy duty.
Yeah.
You're able to remove the lock and open it up. It's the same 10 satchels.
See, it wouldn't have broke. And Rixer's gonna try to sneakily take one that's still locked.
Take another locked one.
Yeah, take one that's locked. Without Braille seeing. This is 6.
No.
She totally sees you.
Once Gilly knows that there's food inside of them, she's like, you go to try to take one, I'm like, no, wait, there's food.
I'll give you what's inside. I'm gonna open it for you, okay?
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna break it?
I mean, that one's broken. You let me break that one. One that
Deal.
Rixer just opened. Rixer's gonna go out of the tent, like away from where all this structure is, and throw it really hard against a tree.
Jesus.
Hi.
For the satisfaction of it breaking.
Give me an attack roll.
Okay. That's 16 to hit a tree with a chest.
You totally hit it. Roll me. What's your strength modifier?
+4.
It cracks enough to open.
What's inside?
Exactly the same.
Okay. I'll just pick them up and take them over to Gilly. And I'm very, very happy.
Okay, it's 3 chests. There's still 2 more.
Did that make a loud crashing sound?
Oh, yes.
Brielle's gonna come flying out of the hut? Their huts?
Hut.
She's gonna flying out of the hut, and she's gonna start signing, like, what are you doing?
Gilly's gonna be
And
close
she's gonna
behind. Like,
making, like, too much noise, all these sounds of, like, you gotta stop, and she looks very angry.
you said
Face
you
is
wouldn't
red.
do it like that. You're gonna make a lot of noise if you don't want whatever's up there to come down here.
I said I was gonna break it, but here's the food that's inside of it.
Well, okay, well, thank you, but I
Yeah.
thought you meant like that one was broken. And she points to the lock that you popped off.
I was wanting to break it.
I know, but oh,
She's just signing this over and over and over.
big bugs, big last time.
Alright, so while you guys are doing this, I want to move over to Montwood and his, because this Montwood has some time to go look for goblin bodies while you guys were breaking in the chest. So you kind of retrace your steps a little bit, and really you guys didn't go very far.
Yeah.
Give me just a survival check, just because the underbrush is so thick, you're trying to find these bodies, essentially. Like, track them, really.
Sure thing. That's a wisdom check, correct?
That is a wisdom, and you can have survival if you have it.
I don't have survival, that's why I mean, they're fine.
That's fine.
You have perception?
That's not what I'm looking
Sturges,
for.
that's what those things are called. I said big bugs. I couldn't remember the name Sturges.
Okay, I'll take it 20.
You are definitely able to find the goblin bodies.
Okay.
You can find, what was it, 2 of them or 3 of them they got thrown at you guys?
3? 3.
Was it a nat 20 or a total of 20?
Just the total 20.
You can find 2 of them very easily right away. The 2 that you find have like very similar masks to the ant mask that you also found in the hut, in the smashed up hut area, but they're different. They're just stylized a little bit differently, painted different colors.
I'm definitely gonna, take the masks and kind of compare them. You said they look similar to each other.
They are definitely an ant motif.
Gotcha.
And then you want to find the other one. You can get another survival if you want to keep looking for it.
I don't feel very strongly about goblins one way or the other. But they had a brave death. A funny death.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. 9. But a brave death.
Yeah, you're looking for a small sized creature, very thick brush. It probably was the first one that landed when you guys were paying the least amount of attention. You're not able to find the third one. Can you put yourself out there a little Ryan, to where you might be? Guys, are your minis? You wouldn't be that far. You'd be just past that canoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see if 12 will wear one of the masks.
It would, fit
It's a
him
small
surprisingly
creature.
well, yeah. Guys, are your minis relative
I
where you
feel
think
like-
they'd be?
Should be moved.
Very
Yes.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan.
Me what?
You're really much like right out in the jungle. Excuse me, guys. I need to place a couple things that Mao would be instantly aware of.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
Ryan, two arrows come flying toward you.
Right.
The first one, they're trying to hit you. Will an unnatural 20 hit you?
Yes.
Cool. How about a natural 1 on the die?
Unfortunately, that is just below my AC.
Yeah, that's weird how that works. So the first arrow hits you, and you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh my.
And then you kind of like, you come down and like flinch a little bit. And the other one you see like hit way above a tree, like way above your head. And then you hear cursing, like,
Anybody speak Goblin?
and you guys would definitely be able to hear the kind of the cursing, the like angry sound.
What was that? Giku, what was that?
That would be goblins that are angry because they missed their shot.
Brielle's gonna dead stare at Rixer and just glare.
It's not even Rick's fault.
All right, so after Iku points out that that she just heard a goblin say that it was mad about missing a shot, everyone kind of goes on attention, starts looking around, peeks their head out of the huts, and this thing that's landed, this village that's landed, has really kind of flattened a lot of the ground around you. And you can see pretty clearly that all the way around, there's a lot of goblins that have shown up while you guys were smashing crates and going through luggage. And
Sorry.
let's roll initiative.
Snacks.
Like, so even these ones over here, closer to Montwood, we can see?
You guys probably wouldn't be able to see those, but Montwood would. He's close enough.
Okay, because I was just like, I would guess I was thinking that it's like right around this thing that opened up would be still very hard to see through. From how you were describing it whenever Montwood was like going through it.
Well, I guess this way benefits you guys more.
No, I'm just trying to clarify.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the water real quick. Do you guys have any ice?
That's
no,
a
we
negative.
do not.
Okay, that's fine.
We should get some though.
You
Buy
should.
like a bag and put it in the thing.
Yeah, and then that way maybe it'll funnel through.
Sorry, I'm rolling initiative for my own creatures here still.
Do it.
Best use of a natural 20 ever.
Alright, for the sake of me making it easier for me, part of me doesn't want to do it this way, but how do you guys feel about me having all the gobs go on the same initiative? You cool with that?
Yeah.
Oof, that's a lot of attacks going at once, but
Can we like split them in half? I don't know.
that might not be a bad idea.
Alright, we can split them in half. I'm going to draw like an imaginary line going diagonal this way, with gobs over there.
You have players help you roll attacks.
So like here. Oh, that's one. This is side 2.
You want to go in diagonal?
Yeah, you could just... I just feel like that's the most, like, I think, relatively fair split. This is going to be top gobs, bottom gobs.
Which way's top?
Relative
Your
to
side.
me.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
for me, it's going to be over there. It's
Okay.
top and then the bottom.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Alright, what'd you guys get for initiative? Who had 20 or higher? Ryan.
23.
23. 15, 20. Wow. Okay. 10 to 15.
14.
Brielle.
Oh.
10 to, sorry, 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
7.
6.
Alright. We got Rixer. And then we have Gilly. To 6. I think that's everybody. Mountwood, you're going first, buddy.
Did you get Iku?
Oh, I almost forgot Iku. Shoot. Thought you guys might want her something or something.
Yeah, she might help in this.
She didn't roll very well.
Oh.
Alright, So, Malwood, you are up, my bro.
Alright, so I noticed that I'm have 5 around me right now.
You can see those 5.
I can see those 5.
You probably can't see some of the
Right.
further ones away right now.
So I'm outnumbered.
No.
They have how many? Two shot. What about the other 3? Are they armed similarly?
They have got short swords in hand, but they have bows strapped to their back.
Right. Okay. So smart thing for me to do right now is I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself,
Okay.
which means they have to make a Wisdom save to even attempt to attack me.
Goblins are notoriously good for their wisdom.
So I'm going to cast that,
Nice.
and I'm just going to go. Peace.
Okay. And that would go into effect on their turn if they choose to attack you.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, the goblins on this side of the map are going
Sorry,
first.
which one? Top or bottom?
Towards me.
Okay.
I'm just double checking their movement. 30-foot movement.
I will assist you in the moving of goblins if you would like.
I would. Frankly, they're all just gonna move in on you guys.
30 feet.
Yeah.
All the top ones?
Yes. This one's gonna move a little bit differently, but I'll get to that on my own.
Okay, which way would it go around this hut?
Back around towards me.
Okay, this one stopped, I think, at either 20 or 25. Would it continue
Nope.
to go closer? Or
Nope.
just, okay. How would this guy move?
Nope, that one's on its own initiative.
Oh, is that no? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
You guys probably haven't even had a good look at that one yet for me to describe it differently yet.
Okay.
Alright. So goblins move in, and I'm going to just start with my left here. 1, 2, 3 of them are going to make attacks against Brielle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they have, effectively, they're statted as short swords, but it's a combination of some actual kind of rusty, crappy short swords. Some of them have got sharp rocks that have been shoved into sticks that they're swinging around. It's very much a hodgepodge of different types of weaponry. It's probably all going to make it bleed just as well.
Alright. I assume
And the
so.
first one is probably going to miss. It's going to be a 12.
Negative.
Second one is going to be a 14.
Negative.
And then the last one is going to be even less than 12.
Negative.
Okay, so that was the 3 taking a swing at Brielle.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is going to take a swing at Gilly.
The red cap.
That's over there. Ooh, that's a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Neat. You're going to take 4 points of slashing damage.
Okie dokie.
2 of them are going to take a swing at Iku. That one is going to hit, and that one is going to miss.
For the longest time, I thought this mini had a little boot on its head.
Yeah.
Finding out that it's a frog makes it even better, though.
It's a frog.
It's a frog. I thought it was hair.
Nope, it's a Poog Mini. Alright, so Iku gets hit with a sword. Brielle, it's your turn.
Alright. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So Brielle has her shield out. She's blocking all these people as they come, and she is going to... Where is it? She's going to... Her hair's going to turn green, and she's going to reach over and she's going to touch Gilly and... teleport her 30 feet away as my bonus action.
Uh-huh.
And then she is going to pull out her sword and slash at one of these goblins. We'll say this guy with the axe.
Sure.
Do you want me to take one of the things and put a little dot on the square for the
Gosh, no.
damage?
It'll depend how much damage they take. Goblins don't have a lot of damage, health.
They don't have a lot of health, but yeah.
We'll
I'm
see.
not going to hit it
We'll
with
see.
probably with a 3, let's see. So, with my sword though, that's a total of 9.
No. You're not fighting zombies.
Yeah. That was a crappy roll. I was rolling good until I tried to attack something.
Alright,
That
that was
sucks.
3-0. Let's see here. The other group of goblins is going to move now. These three over here, Matt, are going to move toward the people in the middle. And then Dana, these three goblins over here, they kind of look at Mountwood. They kind of look at each other and look at Mountwood. And then
Holding my hands
they
up.
kind of like flinch a little bit, and all of a sudden there's a halfling standing right there. They're going to start moving. In fact, they're going to double move if they can, if they have to get within striking distance of
Gilly.
Gilly. So I don't think they're going to be able to reach her.
15, 20,
Ooh, they are.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
They
Awesome.
don't even have to double move.
Perfect. And then these two with the bow are going to take partial cover behind the canoe relative to Gilly.
Okay.
And three of them are going to take slashes against Gilly.
They're gonna eat me.
Will a 16 hit you?
Negative.
Okay. 14 won't then. Ooh, that's going to be a 21.
Ouch.
Alright, you take 7 points of slashing damage.
Math is hard. All right.
And two of them are opening fire on you with their short bows. That is going to be a 16, which isn't going to hit you.
Negative.
And that's going to be a 9. So they both take pot shots, and you hear some sort of gobbledygook.
Sure.
I'm not sure
Is
where.
that the official goblin language?
Yeah, I don't know where I heard that, but somewhere in some edition of some game it was called gobbledygook. I couldn't even tell you. Rixer, the turn is yours.
So I know that you can share a space with small creatures. Does that only threat your ally?
Huh? I can share. Yes.
I
And, but, like, you
believe-
can stay
For
in
a
that spot.
halfling, yeah.
Yeah, so like I could be in the same spot as Gilly
Yes.
for my
Yes.
whole turn, and after my turn, and it'd be fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm
I
little.
just want to make sure.
Yep, you can do that.
Okay, so I'm going to be in the same spot as Gilly. I move up. And
Julie
then-
instinctively hides behind you.
Yes. So hopefully that gives you some cover or something.
Yes, it should.
And then, I'm just seeing if there's anything else specific that I want to do. Okay. I'm just going to attack. Let's go with this one in front of us. So it's like closer to Montwood. And this is with my battle axe. And that's an 11
To hit?
to hit.
That's a miss.
Dang it. Okay.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Alright, so this goblin, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Not moving a goblin. She's going to double move a little bit. The rest of you guys, Brielle, Rixer probably wouldn't see her. I guess just Brielle is going to see her. Another goblin kind of walks in separately, a bit more confidently and calmly than the rest of the goblins who are just kind of like screaming and flailing their weapons. She has got a great big stick in one hand. You might even call it a, functionally it's going to be like a mace, but it's
Okay.
a very, very heavy stick. She's got long, like, hair kind of coming down in like very, very thick bundled like dreadlocks. Blue tattoos all the way across her upper shoulders and down her arms. And then you can kind of like see from her from the knees down, she's got these same blue like swirl tattoos.
Tribal, like, looking tattoos.
Kind of, yeah. And she's wearing a very long, it's not quite the same wooden mask that totally covers the face. It kind of like sits almost like a tiara or a diadem across this top of her head, but then comes forward into this long, kind of almost like hooked beak made of wood that kind of elongates over top of her already kind of big goblin nose. And she's wearing a kind of very tattered but like red, just cloth kind of covering her front and on the back, with a wide skirt of leaves over top of the red cloth to kind of keep it cinched at the waist. And again, like the confidence really and she's bigger than most of the goblins. She's almost as big as a dwarf. So
wow.
Maybe not quite a medium-sized creature, technically still small, but she's very, very broad-shouldered, enormous arms. And around her neck is for your size, medium-sized creature, this pendant around her neck wouldn't be over large, but for her, it takes up a good chunk of her chest space. And it's a circular pendant with alternating rings, like big fat bands of blue and gold, with then another blue center. And there's red jewels all the way around it. It's on a leather cord around her neck. And she kind of yells out something in this gobbledygook language to her, the other goblins, and everybody can hear it. Gilly, you'd be able to look over and hear this voice, and Montwood, even though you're 50 feet away almost, you can still hear this call. And the rest of the goblins respond as they just get more pumped up. To fight you guys. All right, and with that, I think we're going to cut it for this week, folks. I don't love stopping in the middle of battle, but we've only had a few rounds here, so I think that will be acceptable. Ryan, do you have something?
I'm itching my head.
Oh, that's fine. All right, so if you like the things we do, you can find us on the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Search out Monday Night TPK. If you like what we're doing, send us a message, let us know. If you absolutely hate what we're doing, send us a message and let us know. I would love to just know there is someone listening out there in the void. I mean, just tweet if you can hear me. All right.
That was good.
Thank you. So, as always, thank you for joining us at our table, and have a good night.
It's all coming up, nubbins.